Hello everyone, Mrs. Plank here. This is the early humans vocabulary. The first word is analyze. It's a verb. We analyze when we study something closely in order to learn the relationship between the parts. So in the picture, the mouse analyzed the trap to understand how the food was attached to the spring. That way it could get the food and still get away. A conclusion. A decision that comes after the person has thought about all the related information is a conclusion. So our example sentence, after considering several possible hiding places, the squirrel came to the conclusion that the hollow stump was the best place to keep the acorn. The next word is consequence. That's a noun. The result or effect of an action or decision is called a consequence. You might be used to hearing this word with punishment, and so sometimes a punishment is the result of a choice or an action. However, consequence does not have to mean something bad. It can mean something good. Here's another negative example. I stayed up late learning the newest foxy TikTok dance, and the consequence of that decision was being very tired the next day. And the last word is adapt. Not the last word. The last word for that relates to our targets for this unit is adapt. So, the definition here above the bear. When people or animals change their behavior in order to better deal with a new situation, they are adapting. And the example, you will soon adapt to middle school and enjoy some of your new freedom. So those words are going to be in our target. We're going to all year be drawing conclusions, analyzing the context, and putting ideas together. Adapt is one of the content words for this particular unit. How did people adapt to changes? So, some of those words that relate to how we're going to learn. Hunter-gatherer is a key word for this unit. A group of people who hunt animals and look for plants to eat instead of growing crops and raising animals are called hunter-gatherers. So think for a little bit, how is this different than the way people get food now? Mouse over here is enjoying some cheese. The mouse probably gathered that from people, but hunter-gatherers didn't have other people to steal from so much. They were looking at getting food from nature. The next word is technology. I know, you probably think, well, we're using technology. How does that have to do with ancient civilization? Watch the definition carefully here. Anything that people invent or use as a tool or to solve a problem is called technology. So what are some examples of really old technology? Really old technology. See if you can come up with some ideas. Things that people used as tools or ways they solved problems. The next word is domesticate. When a person catches a wild animal and teaches it to be tame, he or she is domesticating that animal. So the example here looks like a llama, probably. Llamas were domesticated in South America. People used them to carry goods through the mountains. The next word is agriculture. The practice of growing food is called agriculture. It's also called farming. So another word for agriculture is just farming. Agriculture includes growing both plants and animals. So our example sentence, Kansas farmers practice agriculture by growing wheat, corn, soybeans, milo, cotton, and beef cattle. There's other things farmers in Kansas grow too, but those are some of the key ones. And one last word, I believe, is surplus. When there is extra of something, it is called a surplus. So the raccoon found 10 umbrellas, so he kept one for himself and shared the surplus with his friends. And I'm back with one more word. The word is specialization. When some people can do work that is not just getting food, so not just agriculture, those workers who do other jobs are specialized workers. Those workers each have a specialization or a job they learn to do very well. So we call this specialized workers, or we call this specialization. Same basic word. Some examples of specialized workers are basket makers, weavers, tool makers, priests, and teachers.